Backseat Drivers time! And welcome to Backseat Drivers number 20 for 2023. When did I do track limits? That and, of course, people have been intimidating me all week. These are topics that we'll be discussing this week. We were supposed to have a new intro video, but Dave started working on it too late, so it's not ready to go. But to talk about that and many other topics, tonight we've got Matt Van Cheeseburger.
I'm just going through the track limit, all the track limits. I'll be a minute. Just give me like 20 minutes just to get through these.
1,200. Was it 1,200 or 1,100?
1,200.
It's a ridiculous figure.
It's only a 2-hour race, Dave.
Well, we'll introduce the other guys and then we'll do the maths on it. So we've got Fudd.
I think Matt's actually gone over his limits for prop gags this season.
Never.
He's blown the budget on too many prop gags.
Yeah, that's a lot of paper you've used this year.
I paid my own money for prop gags, and they're all worth it.
And finally, we've got everyone online tonight. Boovie, our new NASCAR crew chief.
Yes.
G'day.
So
He's not Herder's new crew chief. He's only on 3 so far. I'm sure he could do with another one or two.
I probably could be better than the other 3 guys.
Yeah, I'm just trying to remember. Herder's race strategy went to shit again, didn't it?
He sped in the pits as he was coming in. He blocked
That's
up.
Right. He may not have pushed the button, even though it looked like he pushed the button.
Yeah, I think he.
Is he trying to get a job at Ferrari?
I think so. Maybe he's got the Ferrari strategist now.
Yeah.
Maybe.
Well, it does feel a bit like, how do we stuff it up this week? So it was 1,200 incidents that they were
1,200 that I heard.
Jeez.
Divided by 20 cars.
Yep.
It was a 70-lap race.
It's 60 infractions each, is it? Yeah.
Yeah.
Holy crap, they're doing almost 1 a lap.
You know how to fix this problem?
Don't have track limits?
Put a fucking wall there.
No, you put gravel there.
But there's because of the MotoGP and that and track days, but they don't want to put.
Okay, in that case,
there.
Concrete barriers like they do at the
Monaco.
at the GP.
Yeah.
GP. Melbourne. Yeah. Just put the big concrete barriers up. Then there won't be such thing as track limits. You touch your wall, you're gone.
I reckon grass or artificial turfs. As soon as they hit it, they're just straight off.
Guys, have you thought about artificial water like in Miami?
Oil slick.
No. No, let's make everywhere like Paul Ricard.
Actually, the sprint was actually interesting because there was a bit of rain. I reckon Bernie Ecclestone's idea of having sprinklers on the track was still one of the best ideas he's ever had.
I think so.
It should have happened.
Whenever there's weather, it seems to make the racing better.
Yeah.
Because it involves more skill than the actual. It involves more of the driver's skill than the actual car as well.
Yeah.
Well, that's the problem at the moment, though. It is very much kind of Noah's Ark 2x2, except for even Aston Martin over the weekend was.
They were down a
bit.
bit.
Their 2 drivers, and Red Bulls ended up together by the end of the race, kind of. I mean, there was a chasm, but
what happened to everyone's favorite rookie?
I don't know. He's going for a mid-season slump.
Yeah, he's gonna Stroll's walking away from him.
He's strolling away, Rob. I think you meant to say.
He's strolling away. Oh boy. But yeah, it was just ridiculous. Like you look at it, all of a sudden, especially during quali, you see it. Track limits. What? When the hell did he go off? And you look, it's like by the tiniest of margins. Yeah. It's just crazy. And then lap times getting deleted.
What about if they have like little wires in their suit, so when they go off the track, they get electric shock?
Exactly. The problem is that they just
every time though.
No, different. It was usually like most of the time it would happen. Turns 9 and 10 were the biggest culprits, and then turn 3, if you stuffed up the turn and went off the track, typically that's off track limits. Turn 3 was the same as well, but That one you can understand because people are out braking themselves, and of course they're going to delete the lap for that. But it still counts as off-track limits as well. And those were the main corners. So it was turn 9, turn 10, and turn 3. But still, it was a pretty good race compared to some of the other races.
It was actually interesting.
We didn't see Max lead all of the race for once.
True. It was,
but he still
30
ended up
seconds.
winning. So
Oh no, he was going to end up winning no matter what. That wasn't an issue.
In the
But
end, it was a normal F1 race.
yeah.
Yeah.
We need weather. We need weather just to spice
No,
it up.
Weber.
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 No, bring
You know what we
Ricardo
need?
back in.
We need water, but what happens is every team gets a hose time. So when they see Max driving up the straight, chuck
can
the
just
hose
spray.
on, spray the water, test it out a bit.
Yeah.
Every
You're
time
letting
just
it
for
once
Max.
per race.
Yeah. So obviously we're doing our F1 review now.
Oh,
Wow.
we got exciting news that I'm sure nobody's heard yet. But Shane Van Giesenberger
Burger, whatever. Yep.
Bergen,
won a oval race.
You mean a street race?
No,
What?
an oval
The
race
racing
with
was-
turns.
Oh, yeah. No bank corners.
Okay. Can I bring up a gripe? Like, even though it was great watching SVG win,
Yeah.
but oh my god, the NASCAR commentators and the ads.
Oh.
Jeez.
Every chance they can get. put an ad
Every
in.
chance they get an ad, and then all of a sudden you've come back from an ad and you've gone, holy! You look at the timing sheet. You go, we went to an ad and we missed out on Van Gisbergen passing 5 cars in a lap. It's like,
Yeah.
what the hell?
We missed out on him going to the pits I think it was in second place and coming out in 18th place. And they didn't actually mention anything. They just started talking
No,
about
they
the
just
new
said-
leaders.
That was what got me probably more than anything about the ad breaks was at least say like the IndyCar, which granted they have the ad breaks, which Stan here, you don't have the actual, you just have the feed playing with no commentary.
Yep.
But then even when they come back from the ad breaks, they'll be like, hey, you know,
This is what happened. Or they'll show a replay.
heard
of it.
us stuffed up in this way over the ad break or whatever.
Yeah.
And have a replay of it for those who, you know, have an actual ad break in there.
Yeah.
Whereas the NASCAR, it was just like, okay, we've just jumped in time. Obviously, we're ignoring everything that happened for that 3 minutes.
Yeah.
The only problem is, I think the way they were doing the commentary as well, because they had people commentating on certain parts of the track. So you'd hear one person do like the first sector or something, and then you have another person doing corners 3, 4, 5 or something, and you had another guy doing 6, 7, 8,
Well,
and then you had the main guy.
Because they can't count that many corners in one go. They're
Too
used to
many.
only having
Yeah, they're only used to having
2
4
bends.
corners.
4 corners.
2, 3, 4.
And even then, most of them are,
It's a
Joined.
slight left-hand turn.
or if they're at Pocono, then it's only 3 corners.
Yeah.
Or if it's Bristol, it's just 2 big corners.
Yeah.
12 is far too many.
Yeah.
Exactly.
They did
was
actually
it
have one
12?
track that was just 1 corner.
Which track was that?
I think it was a dirt track
Is that
in the
the
old
super
days.
straight
but-
line one, Rob, where they drive for 10 kilometres, turn left, and then drive for 10 kilometres, they done?
Well, that's a turn then. No, this was just like a
I
perfect
believe
circle.
That was called
Ah,
the
okay.
NASCAR.
Jeez, what
Yeah.
a perfect circle track. Jeez. So basically,
Perfect
like,
circle. Good name for a
Question,
band.
Mr.
Yeah,
NASCAR,
perfect circle.
Yeah.
are you
great
surprised
left hand.
that old Shane Very Good did very good in a track that once I started watching it, it did just look like they said, hey, Shane, do you want to come to America and do a supercars race? It's a little different. We're going to do a couple of things to trick you up, like put the steering wheel on the other side. But apart from that, you're probably going to be the most professional and with the most experience. We're going to do little things that like trip you up. But in the end, you just got to drive a car really good.
So it was a perfect storm for him in that it was their first ever street race, and he's obviously very good at street racing. Having said that, like they do run a few road courses each year. I think they're up to 3 now, and he was saying the tires behave very differently. That was probably the biggest thing. Like and like at the start of the race, it being wet, that was another level because I don't think they've actually run in proper wet before.
No, I think they have.
So.
because it's only this year that they've had the treaded tyres, and I think that was the first time they've actually used them in race. But then he was saying, like, when they went onto the slick tyres, when it started to dry out, that he was really cautious at the start because he didn't know how much he could lean on the tyres in dry conditions still. He was learning as he went. And I was like, for fuck's sake, if that was learning where you were, passing.
And then eventually once he got to the end of the race, you saw what he did.
Yeah.
Well, they drove in the wet last year at Road America. No, not Road America. What's where the F1 cars go?
You mean
Circuit of America? Coda. Yeah.
Coda.
Yeah, they raced there in the wet last year. It was a bit of a mess.
Okay.
Yeah. It's just maybe the fact it was the first time they actually raced on a street circuit, different surfaces, that sort of stuff.
Yeah.
I'll tell you what, it was pretty good. Why can't our V8 supercars be that hardy? I swear to God, do you see some of the crashes? Some of the crashes they went into those tire barriers and they just bounced off them. And
one guy hit the same tire barrier 6 times.
What was it 42 or 43?
Something like that. Yeah.
It was the Baconator. It was the Baconator. It was the Baconator car.
Yeah.
That's the only reason why I remembered it. It was the Baconator car. That was the only reason why I remembered it. But yeah, it was just crazy. But like I said, and you see the wall, and then you see that when they hit the tires, they had all the water that was in there too, just splashing up everywhere. Brilliant.
But it was funny the first time someone went in the wall, you're like, oh, okay, here's a yellow or whatever. That's, here we go. And he just like plucks it in reverse, gasses it, drags the fucking thing out, and then starts driving off. And you're like, wait a second, the car looks fine.
Yeah,
exactly.
Why
can't
that was
do that? Just saying.
No, sorry.
No, why can't a V8
just drop it into reverse, drive off, and not complain?
But I'm just saying at the moment, like the Gen 3 with the supercars, they're getting near a wall, and it's like, a car needs a full rebuild.
Yeah.
You're like,
have they used too much,
guys are
have they
burying
carbon
the
fiber?
thing.
Have they used too much fiberglass on it or something?
I think without getting too much into supercars here, I think the problem is that they've made them safer in a crash where the stuff bends and whatever more, and you don't end up doing damage further into the chassis.
Okay.
So the stuff at the front's softer to take the brunt of the impact, blah, blah, blah. But the problem is they've probably made it a bit too soft.
Okay, so they've made it ultra safe, but they've gone too far to the ultra safe.
They
needed to make it a little bit more sturdier.
And that's it. So they need to find that kind of balance. Okay. But I think that's what I think.
Yeah.
So.
But anyway, it was great, right? It was just great seeing those.
Yeah.
Just seeing the racing there. It was actually pretty good. But would I watch? Would I watch road races? Yes, for NASCAR. Would I watch an oval race? Hell no.
I'm considering giving one a go.
No, I have watched a couple of oval races. I got bored. I fell asleep, woke up, and it was basically the same order.
They're not as exciting as IndyCar oval races, that's for sure.
No, IndyCar's got a little bit more flair to it.
Yeah. I've watched a few, and I haven't minded them. There's been a few that I'm just like, now I'm bored. Bristol dirt races.
Classic oval race.
Oh no, the Bristol
I
is
saw
great.
it yesterday. It's called Cars 1. It has some good oval races in it. Just saying.
And it's on dirt as well, isn't it?
They do some interesting moves. If you want to see a classic road race, I'd recommend it.
Yep. But yeah.
Well, there was the movie with the snail who raced at Indy 500.
You mean Turbo?
Turbo,
the snail. I think Ryan Reynolds voiced the snail as well.
Was.
He's in everything.
He is in everything.
He's in everything. Well, he owns part of. He's part of a
Deadpool. Welcome to Wrexham. Welcome to Enstone.
Yeah.
you know what he's not in though, Dave? I think he's not in 2 movies that are coming out soon, which we're all very excited for. Number 1, the Gran Turismo ad. Number 2, Brad Pitt's a Mercedes F1 driver.
That's this weekend.
It is.
Oh, it is.
Yeah.
Oh, yes.
Exciting times.
Yeah.
Definitely.
Mobile chicane out in his F2, modified F2 car.
Yep.
I found a picture. He's got. They've actually built him a pit.
Ooh.
Oh, really?
He has a pit at Silverstone.
Oh, wow.
Brad Pitt.
Yep.
Apparently.
Brad Pitt.
If anyone wants to come on and explain NASCAR, I'm all for it.
I've got enough
Yeah.
to deal. F2's enough for me.
I'm just googling Brad Pitt.
You just want to see it. We'll bring if you can bring it up as well. Didn't was there that?
No,
was
there's a photo of him like in a hole in the ground.
Brad Pitt in the pit in the ground.
Yeah,
Brad Pitt in
and
the pit in the ground. Yeah.
the rest of them are
Yeah.
just
I
Okay,
think.
fair enough.
pits.
Yeah, he had like his stage
Thanks.
name on as the Pit.
Okay. All right. Was there
Um,
any
have
was
they-
there IndyCar on this weekend?
I don't.
Is it?
No.
No.
Last weekend, not this weekend.
Okay, fair enough.
The next race is. Are we all sick of watching the same driver win every week, though? Alex Palou?
Hell yeah. Sorry, you're talking IndyCar. I thought you were talking. No, we've already talked.
Well,
about it.
IndyCar's kind of turned into F1 right now.
Yeah,
Yeah, I think
Alex
it has.
Palou's on his 4th win, 3 in a row.
Jeez.
Yeah,
He's pretty much
and
run away with the
if it wasn't
championship.
for VK, possibly like he was in the mix to win the 500 too.
Yeah.
Mm.
Yeah, true.
Which now I'm
he's-
kind of happy that VK crashed into him.
True.
What would have been 5 in a row? Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah,
well,
pretty much.
quite possibly.
Yeah.
Jeez.
Shit, I don't think anyone. When was the last time someone was so dominant in IndyCar?
You'd have to go back, and I don't even think Zanardi won 3 in a row.
No.
Montoya.
Like him and Montoya were pretty, like winning machines. I think Zanardi probably had a better run than Montoya.
Yeah.
Okay.
So, because Montoya was still a rookie in '99, so his season was a little bit up and down. And then they had the Toyota disaster in 2000, whereas Zanardi's '98 was pretty.
The next race is at Toronto. I reckon he's got a good chance of taking that as well.
Another street circuit.
Yeah.
Yep. Fair enough.
Yeah, let's put some
I think
money
he
on
would
it.
have had a pretty good run as well. So Cristiano Di Matta and Sebastian Bourdais.
Yeah. That was a while ago. Bourdais.
Yeah. Oh, okay.
Yep.
I may have spoken. Zanardi had 4 wins in a row in '98.
Jeez.
Wow.
Okay.
He won
When
Detroit,
did he-
Portland, Cleveland, and Toronto.
When did he lose his legs?
2001.
Has there been any word on him?
No.
Has he retired?
Because he
he
got hit by a car on his bike.
Oh,
Was
shit.
pretty much in hospital for ages. Then he was in home care for ages. Then
Yeah, I
something
think
happened to
he's
his
still-
machinery in his house broke down or something.
Oh, really?
Like his medical, something to do with his medical machinery, like broke down or something in the house broke and crushed the machinery or something. He's not having a good time, that's for sure.
That's
Motor
all right.
racing. Formula 1, 91 to 94. Champ Car. Return to Formula 1. The crash.
Oh,
This is
so Dave,
four guys Google.
I was going to say,
Yeah.
Dave, is our first single
Is that
ready
the
for
2020 cycling
Actually,
accident? Here we go.
album?
Four guys, one Google.
Sorry, Matt.
our first song off our album to come out at the end of the year?
4 guys Google.
Poor guys.
I'm just looking. Cristiano Di Matta won 4 in a row in 2002
Okay.
as well.
So I take it winning multiple races in a row at Indy's not like Max or Lewis doing it.
No,
at
No.
it is. And the thing is, you can nearly reel off when things like that have happened because it is such a freakish kind of thing.
Whereas in F1, it's weird if Max doesn't win 3 races in a row, or in this case, 17.
Yeah, basically.
Yeah.
Are we going to take
This-
bets on when he's cleaned up the championship and the constructors?
Ooh.
He already has, hasn't he?
Well, I mean,
Did
the
you-
mathematical point where he's just
There
like,
were-
we're done.
There was a meme I saw this week that was the Constructors' Championship. Number 1, Max Verstappen. Number 2, Mercedes. Number 3, Aston Martin. Number 4.
Ferrari.
But the stupid thing was Perez was like 4th in the Constructors' Championship.
Oh, really? Jeez.
Yeah, it was that the point score is that lopsided
Holy crap.
that even
Yeah,
yeah
199 points ahead of Mercedes.
yeah. And how many points have they got?
178. They've got 377.
Yeah. So
Like the
Perez
only time you
is
ever see scores like this, Dave, is when I play F1 on Junior Easy mode, where it's basically if you turn up, you win.
was also that one where it's like the film clip or whatever. It's like Max playing F1 2023 and he's in that the Red Bull whatever Gran Turismo car. The fan car.
Yeah.
The 210, what is it? The 2010?
Yeah, X 2010 or whatever it is. Yeah, he's in that car just driving through the field of F1 cars.
I actually tried to do that for a video the other week.
Jeez.
Having said that, car was actually really hard to drive at the start because getting your head around how fast it actually went. Like,
Doing laps of the Nürburgring in like 5 minutes or something in it is
Yeah, that's the only time I've used it because I thought it's really fast. I'll use the Nürburgring, but then I forgot I'm really crap at racing games.
Yeah.
So no matter how fast you go, you just crash quicker.
Yeah. I was not in the rig with VR on a set of Corsa, and a lot of it's just muscle memory, which way you're turning each time.
Jeez.
It's
Got no
just,
time to think, yeah?
no,
How many
no.
turns are there on the Nürburgring?
168?
47 or something? 68 or 47, something.
yeah, I
like
was
that.
going to say it's somewhere around that 170, I think.
Yeah. It's a lot.
Depends on the layout too.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
If you got the Grand Prix circuit included, or
Oh, okay.
Or if you
Dave,
got an old version.
Just on the F1 website, they've actually got a picture of the new APX GP car from the film.
Wait, they're
is that what
using
it's
it.
called?
What's it called?
GP.
APX GP car.
Does it look?
Expensify.
Expensify.
It does look like a Mercedes, kind of.
Yeah, it does.
Yeah.
It was a
It's the upgraded version with side pods.
Yep.
Do you reckon Toto's running had a look at that?
Well,
Probably.
maybe they're using it for extra aero testing.
Possibly.
Oh, Dave's got his tinfoil hat on now.
what's this?
Yeah.
What car
Let
is
me
this?
just take my hat off and put my
The
tinfoil
APX
hat on.
The APX GP car from
Has
the
this
film.
testing been approved?
They're saying, oh, it's only a promotional car. We're not going to use anything from
How does it fit under the budget cap?
Well, it's I did read something the other week that they're trying to close the loophole for
Catering.
other companies part of F1 teams doing development, like McLaren. McLaren have IndyCar, and they have a lot of smart people who are at IndyCar, and I'm sure they could have just been going, can you guys have a look at this and do some testing on it?
100%, Rob, they are doing that. I've said it
Oh, yeah,
before.
sure.
No matter what they do, if I owned an F1 company, I'd be like, hey guys, for no apparent reason, Booby and Dave run a company. Don't worry, they make pickled eggs and jam. They have nothing to do with my company. Also, don't look at the back. There's a massive factory there. It's not a wind It's not a wind tunnel. It's a pickle farm. Now leave me alone. You can't look at this.
They're blow drying. They're blow drying the pickles.
Yes, exactly.
Have you tried, freeze dried pickles? No, you don't know the taste. Now get away. That's my giant fan I need. Now, excuse me, Mr. Ginger Spice and I need to discuss our favorite cooking recipes for no reason.
I think Williams need to open up a second team somewhere. Maybe go to IndyCar. They need to do some more development.
You know what? I
Yeah.
think at this point you should just let Williams have a second team. Like they don't even
Yeah.
need to be sneaky about it. Just
Well,
full on, just let them have another team.
You can go have a test day or two.
You know,
Exactly.
Rob, you know how like in some games they've got catch-up mode and stuff? Just let
Yeah.
Williams have catch-up mode. Just say, everybody, you've got to slow down for 5 seconds. It's making them look bad.
Well, that's we can get into, because Lewis has brought up this, that it's unfair that Red Bull's winning.
Yes.
And we shouldn't have periods where, you know, a team other than his dominates the series.
Exactly.
Because that's unfair when it's not his team that's miles ahead of everyone else.
Dave, just quickly, Booby will understand this. This isn't the first time someone this week who's British has complained about not playing their sport in the spirit of the game.
Of the game, yes.
So any time an Englishman complains about something, Dave, especially when they've done it themselves, I think they can just go talk somewhere else.
Exactly.
Taking away that he's a fucking hypocrite, to put it nicely.
That's how you really feel, Dave.
Exactly.
But is this part of Dave's rants that we're going to have tonight?
I think so. Okay.
This is just Dave's thoughts.
Or is there more?
Was there more of
Well,
these?
this was the lighter one.
Oh my God. Wow.
I've already said about put a fucking wall at the turn 9 or whatever.
So we've had track limits. We've got Lewis.
That's
Who
one
else
of
is
them.
there?
Now we got this fucking idiot idea, and we'll get into the other one after. But
Sweet.
let's take away like the ridiculousness of him saying it. Like, say Alex Albon came out and said it with, you know, Williams are in the shit. The problem with this is that a team like Williams, it makes it even harder for them to catch up.
Yeah.
But then how dumb is the suggestion of that you cannot then say focus on, because his argument is now that Red Bull are that far ahead, they're starting to focus on next year's car so that they can get a head start on everyone while people are trying to catch up. So they're, you know, still working on the current cars.
Yeah.
How dumb is that idea, though, that you go, oh, no, you can't start working on the new car until October 1st or whatever? Because fuck me, it's hard enough to police all of this budget cap shit when you've got IndyCar teams, WEC teams, supercomputers at people's houses, etc.
Factory at the back.
Pickle factories, etc.
Potato farm somewhere in Norfolk.
How hard is it then to stop and go, oh no, Red Bull started designing their car in the middle of August?
But are they going to build
one?
Are they going to build a completely new car, or are they just going to keep refining the car that they have?
Well,
that's the other problem with you can't start the next year's car until, well, at the moment, if you essentially don't need to change the monocoque, say, but even if you do change the monocoque kind of thing, so it is a totally new car. But where do you define like working on the new car or
working on the current car?
Yeah.
That's learning how to count.
Yep.
No, I'm counting Dave's swear counter.
Oh.
Well, see, I'm unchained on this one because you can't get demonetized for swearing on something that's not monetized.
That's all right.
It
It's
works
only
out well.
as long as it's been going for more than 10 seconds or something, you're allowed to say what you
Isn't
want.
that the rule? Anything after 8 o'clock.
Yeah.
Anything up there?
Fuck everyone.
Yeah. Just don't replay this with kids in the car, people.
Yeah. Yes.
Nice
What's the deal with all these models? How much money have you sunk into those things?
We don't talk about actual figures on that.
It's definitely more than my Lego investment.
Do we need to have a chat?
Do we need to have an intervention?
See, this is a very long-term investment.
Does your wife know about your toy collection?
Yeah. She has an idea.
Not toys. They're die-cast models.
And for her, the majority of this was purchased before we got together.
Okay.
Like,
Do you
So
actually
this-
pull them out and drive them around on the ground?
No, you
Racing?
can't play with these.
What's
Jesus.
the point of it then?
Jesus, Robert.
I got to get
Rob,
my
so you know
Montoya
nothing
Williams.
about diecast model investments.
Yeah.
No, I did look at buying one. The one I wanted was too expensive to ship from the States.
Which
I think
one
it was
was it?
actually more. I can't even remember now, but I had a look and it was more expensive. The shipping was more expensive than the car itself.
Holy crap!
Yeah.
Well,
Yeah.
on my bookshelf, I've got Montoya Williams sitting
Picture
there.
of Silverstone.
Yeah.
No, that's that background. You can't see the
Bookie
look. You
lives
can't
at
see
Silverstone.
Hello, everybody.
So does anybody see any logic in this dumb idea?
No,
I do.
Only
I know an answer. I know.
if it was a new car each year, like a complete new rig each year, they
But
would
there's
let
not.
Two
us
new regulations, yeah. But
They
how do
changed a lot.
you police that properly?
But that's when you just don't give them the details until.
Well,
Here's
after
the
the
new
end of the
rule
season,
book.
Yeah, here's a new rule book. Go for it.
Yeah.
Yeah,
right at the end
but
of
they're
the
not
season.
going to. Yeah, they're not going to do that every year. I'd like them to.
Well,
But-
imagine the
Well,
cost.
2026. Well, then you've got 2026 with the
Yeah.
new regs.
But see,
they-
generally the racing is better after multiple years of the same as stable rule.
Yeah,
Because it does, at some point they will start
Equalise.
to catch up on that. And we're seeing that in, as much as Pelot's winning everything right now,
yeah,
it's extremely tight in that. Obviously, they've all got the same car and whatever, but because
Yeah.
they've all been working on that car
yeah,
for so long, it doesn't take much to be in and out of the window.
Yep.
yeah. Well, like fuck, now I can't remember his name. Who was second on the starting grid? Rahal. Like,
Yeah.
you know, he couldn't qualify for the Indy 500, and 3 weeks later, 3 weeks later, 3 races later, he's put it second on the grid.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And probably should have
Lucky.
done better if it wasn't for his pit. He probably should have won it if it wasn't for his pit crew or him stalling it.
Well, that's a big.
Yeah.
Him beating Pelot is a big call, but
Yeah.
he probably would have ended up on the podium
Yeah,
had it not been for a dodgy pit stop.
yeah. I would have liked to have seen him win it.
Yeah.
Yeah. I thought he did actually win it. So I jumped on YouTube and I saw like a race results, and I thought it was his car that they put on there, and I was expecting him to win it.
You were gravely disappointed, weren't you?
Yeah, well, it didn't help that him and Pelot's car looked very similar.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Matt,
Yeah.
you drinking milk this week?
Oh, I completely forgot. The problem was I was too busy making bangers on my laptop because
yes.
I'm
Is it-
now
Is
I'm
it
the
banger
team
time?
DJ Khaled, and I make hits now. It's what I do.
Yep. Are we going to
Matt
listen
Van
to the
Cheese
banger?
coloured.
Yep, I am DJ Van Khaled of my musical abilities.
Do we want to see it?
Yes.
Now, I haven't actually watched this to make sure it did work properly, so this could be a disaster. But it has been uploaded, so
Yep.
this is the new start screen, everyone, that someone wasn't ready for tonight. So
Let's have a
here
look
it
at
is.
Shane Van Gisbergen.
One of the cars to beat.
There are parts of the Chicago street course that are flooded.
Water seeping. Water seeping.
I would be really good at, being that we do a lot of street courses.
Shane took home the biggest prize and one of the most coveted trophies of the year.
That's why he's the GOAT! The GOAT! Let's go, man! I got you!
It's backseat drivers time.
I mean, how do you improve on perfection? We just did.
I had
There's a lot going on.
Had to DJ Khaled in there.
Oh, of course, he's got to stay in there. He's got to stay in there.
The intro is going to be about 8 minutes by the end of this.
I think by the end of the year, Dave, it's just going to be one hour long intro.
Yeah. What ridiculousness can we add onto this?
Now we all know what we get up to during the day.
Yep.
Yeah. Or 5 minutes before the show starts.
Yeah.
Or what I did today.
I think I've actually broken my Chrome browser. I may have to disappear for a sec.
All right, fix it up.
Is it too much DJ Khaled? You've got the DJ Khaled virus?
I was actually trying to update your name to Matt Van Cheese Khaled. But it's actually...
And he broke the internet.
None of the windows are actually working anymore.
All right.
Nice. Drop me out, Dave, and I'll be back in a sec.
Okay.
All right.
There we go.
No, as like I said, what I did today, I worked out compared to this year compared to next year, distances travelled between race circuits. But of course, they're going to go back to their home bases, but not including that. If we just went from circuit to circuit to circuit. So guys...
Did you say 120,000 in the chat?
131,000 this year.
Jeez.
And that's including Imola, even though the teams went there. So it was abandoned, but the teams were still there.
You didn't count China?
No, of course I didn't count China because that was cancelled beforehand. So that's not including. That's basically every single track they're going to this year. Then there's next year, and it's just crazy in terms of the actual distance traveled. Like the longest distance is Singapore to Austin.
Yes,
with 15,000 k.
It's a lot better designed next year, though.
Yeah, we're saving 10,000 k.
Yeah, you've got Japan, say earlier in the season,
which works out because it goes Australia,
Asia
Japan.
Pacific, kind of area, and then you've got kind of all the Americas together towards the end of the year.
Yeah,
you've got
although technically they've still got but then you've still got Canada.
Canada's an outlier, but that's also around a public holiday, I think, over there.
Okay, that's fair.
So that's why, that's very much driven by Canada, but at least you have got that where you will travel and you will have people, rather than going back to, I haven't looked at the actual dates, but rather than trying to go back to England between, races. Brazil and Mexico and stuff like that, people will stay in the Americas.
Yep.
So you'll save a lot on planes going.
Yep. Like, for example, just checking the dates out here, Singapore's middle of September, the week before the grand final. And then we've got almost a month off until Austin. So unless the only thing I'm thinking about that is when the Olympics are on, possibly during that period.
Olympics are next year, So that was one of the things I remember the reading. I think the IndyCar calendar and the Supercars calendar both have talking with their calendar. I think IndyCar's affected worse because they typically finish around the time the Olympics are starting. So they're trying to either compact everything in earlier beforehand or then have a big break, which they're not used to doing.
Yep. So, because I'm looking at it now, like the travel works out really well. Like for the first half of the season, you're basically going. You got the two Middle East. You've got Australia, Japan, China. There's the AP region.
Is it Australia, Japan, the same two, like one after another?
Yeah. So basically, it's the two Middle East races. Australia, Japan, China are the next races. So that keeps it all in the AP region.
So we can watch it at a reasonable hour.
So basically, apart from the first two races, the next three races, we could actually, if we wanted to do, we could actually do maybe a watch along. Who knows? Next year for those three races.
I like the idea of a watch along. That sounds good.
And also, and the first two races.
Miami's out of sync too.
Yeah, Miami's. And then what is it? Also, with the first two races, they'll be on Saturday night.
Yeah, which to me that actually works out better. I think, like for us. Because
we can actually watch it
on a Sunday rather than either staying up ridiculously late or getting up ridiculously early.
Yeah. So Jeddah and so Sakhir and Jeddah for a Saturday night actually works out to be a lot better.
And then what's the others? Qatar's going to be Saturday
No,
night as well, isn't
Qatar's
it?
I think still Sunday.
Wasn't there a third?
Vegas.
Oh, that's right. Yeah.
Vegas.
Yeah.
How can you forget Vegas, Dave? Next year, people
Well,
are
I
going to be
was
saying, how can Vegas 2024 be better than Vegas 2023? Because Vegas 2023 had DJ Khaled as a concert. I'm assuming.
Is there a second DJ Khaled?
There's only
There'll
one.
be him and his kid.
Yeah.
Maybe his kid. There might be DJ
Yeah.
Khaled Jr.
Yeah. Or DJ
Whoa.
Khaled and Matt.
I have
DJ
some.
Khaled and Shaquille O'Neal. He's also a DJ.
I have some.
What do you
other-
have?
Some other 2024 schedule information.
Yep.
But IndyCar will stay 17 races.
Yep.
There's
That's
talks of
boring.
a postseason non-points race in the works with Argentina.
Okay.
And Penske
Ooh.
has revealed they've been in talks about coming back to Australia.
What?
Ooh.
Supercars?
No, the IndyCar.
Bringing the
Because
IndyCar back to like the Gold Coast. again.
Queensland.
Yeah, Penske pretty much own the series.
Oh yeah, they do.
Well,
True.
they do, not pretty much.
Yeah.
They do.
Pretty
They
much.
do own it.
Yeah, so there's
That'll be
there's-
interesting. Coming
there's
back
a
out
bit
to
of
Australia again.
new- I'd be-
Whereabouts in Australia?
Is there gonna be, it'll have to be the Gold Coast.
Yeah, Gold Coast,
think
wouldn't
so.
it?
I'll be there. I'm going to go. I don't care. Gold Coast would be nice. It'll be warm.
Yep.
I don't know. I'd actually like to see where people would put it if it was in Melbourne and had it as a street course.
Hmm.
The
Lion
problem
Street.
is it'll end up as Albert Park.
It would be.
No,
Yeah.
no,
Yeah.
please no.
And
No, it has to be a street. It has to be a street course. We need to find somewhere in Melbourne to put it. Docklands is pretty much empty, so
Hey, that
Docklands
works.
is empty all the time. You could
Yeah.
literally
Adelaide.
have it right now, and you wouldn't even
There's
have to
not-
ask.
there's
What's
not
wrong with
many.
Adelaide?
Adelaide would be good, but it's Adelaide.
yeah, I think
Something.
the problem as well is, say, even like the distance for nearly
Yeah.
something down the East Coast makes more sense for the
Yeah.
travelling.
Yeah,
But I'd still be surprised unless the government is chipping in a big chunk,
yeah,
Mm.
if they would,
yeah.
because you got to fly the whole lot, which is quite expensive.
I'd like to see the main straight down Collins Street going down the hill, hitting the flat bits,
Oh.
launching over.
Oh, that'd be awesome.
Yes. And then go up past the town hall,
Yeah.
up Nicholson Street,
Yeah,
past the gardens,
Yep.
past the
jump
library.
onto the freeway, do a little bit of a circuit on the freeway.
Yep.
Try and follow the green lights through the tunnel.
Yep.
Yep.
That
They
would
are
be
the
it.
biggest waste of money ever.
The green.
Oh
green
no, I'm
lights
sure
on
we
the
could
tunnel.
find other things that have been more ridiculous, but
Yeah, there was the old Le Mans cars when they race at Sandown.
Okay.
yeah,
There's a photo of the Porsches coming down Princess Highway, I think it was.
Okay.
yeah.
Ooh.
Yeah, that was pretty. Because I think they
Yeah.
had to drive the cars there from wherever they stored them.
That
Oh,
was late 80s, though, a bit of a different time.
Yeah,
exactly.
True,
Well,
true.
how's
Not
this?
as much
You drop
OH&S.
the cars off at the docks, and you got to race to the racetrack. Whoever gets there first, that's how qualifying works. Saves your time.
Yeah,
Just don't tell them how the qualifying is going to work at all.
peak
over the
hour
race.
traffic on a Monday morning.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's peak hour though, Rob. So you can tell them all you like.
But yeah, that's my news. It doesn't actually say where. It's got Roger Penske, who was walking through the RV community at the time, blah blah blah. Did not confirm he's engaged to Australia. Okay, what the hell? I need to actually read this off stream. I think.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Let's
Sounds
all
good.
follow Rob as he learned things together online.
Yeah,
Yes.
No, but I think he said didn't, but then later said he was.
Okay. So
Roger
all right,
It's
Penske.
a maybe.
it's
So what
Penske,
is
so it's
it?
a maybe.
Roger Penske is 173 years old, so
So there's another
But he
Joe
knows
Biden.
Flavor Flav, so he's cool
Yeah,
and he's
true.
down with the kids.
Yeah,
Flavor Flav get into the country with these previous
No,
drug afflictions?
probably not.
They probably wouldn't let him in. They wouldn't let
Probably
50 Cent in because
Flavor Flav use drugs.
Flavor Flav's
no.
done a lot of colourful things in his past, Dave.
Yep.
Pretty sure he was on a reality show about getting sober.
It was called Flavor of Love, and it was to help you
Oh,
to
there was
find
also
a
that. Sorry, that was.
It's kind of bad that I know all these Flavor Flav
Yes, it is.
tips and info.
Definitely.
Also, one of his songs was in Breaking Bad.
Okay.
Oh, hello.
Also-
Now I'm.
Now Dave's interested.
Now, and that song is an absolute classic, Dave. When after this, look it up, play it loudly in the house, let everyone hear it,
Okay.
because it's a.
Yeah.
You think my amazing tracks were good? This is a next level.
Nice.
It was absolute quality.
Turn your bloody phone off.
Who?
You wouldn't get messages from me.
Yep, that's me. No, the problem is that
Unga Bunga Bunga.
That's the one.
Okay.
It's
That's not even a good song.
no, but it's a great song. It is a great song.
okay.
It's completely unhinged, and it's basically Flavor Flav. I don't even think they told him that he was recording when they did this song.
Oh, really?
It just seems like something he would say.
All right. You guys want a break?
Whoa.
Yeah,
Is
all right.
Boogie in his F2 report?
It wants
Booby's
the
F2?
F2 report. Let's do my F2 report.
I need this splash screen.
You should have it still, Dave.
Booby's F2 report.
The best screen ever. All right. So, Austria. Thanks to just had a look at free practice technically thanks to KO, and they don't show everything. I just managed to get the results off the website. Fittipaldi was first in free practice, followed by Martins and Vesti. Duan was 9th in free practice. So pretty much that's it. Quali. Choice of tyres this week were soft and the super soft. Hopefully they can finally maybe change towards more of the F1 style, have a C1, C2, C3 or whatever they want now instead of still using these old style tyres. But it's Pirelli. Let's see what happens with it. Quali was uneventful. Again, similar to F1. A lot of track limit issues. People's lap times getting deleted. It started off sunny, and then as qualified happened, it just started getting a little bit more cloudy. You think, oh yeah, it could rain. It might not rain, but the rain stayed away, so it was pretty good. But a lot of people definitely did. Again, similar to F1, the amount of times you saw the track limits thing, it was just crazy. So for quali, we had Martins qualifying first, Cordell second, so Duan's teammate, and then third was Vesti, and Duan qualified 5th. But the main issue there was definitely the things. But then, of course, after all the qualifications, a couple of people's lap times got deleted. So, sorry, that was halfway through this qualifying. My mistake. And at the end, Martin still was the fastest qualifier. Vishoff was second, and Pocher was third. Duans was still again in 5th spot. Sprint race started off behind the safety car because it was wet. Of course, they're on the wet tire. Kept going like that. So, starting with that, wet weather was causing issues. Even with the wets, it was very slippery. Cars were just going all over the place. Plenty of safety cars, but at the end, it was an eventful race. There was actually a couple of tire changes, and at the end, Crawford got the win in the sprint race. Martins finished second. Nice. Novalak was third, but then got disqualified because of tire pressures in the tire pressures because his tires were underinflated by a couple of psi. So he ended up he ended up disqualified. So Hadjar finished third in that, and Dawn was 8th in the sprint race. Turn the page, wash your hands. If you don't get that reference, obviously you didn't watch a particular cartoon. The feature race, dry start, plenty of passing as is an F2, not a problem. Strategy was split between most of the people. So some people were starting on the softs and switched over to the super softs. Other people started on the super softs and then switched over to the softs. There was a safety car. There was only the one real main safety car because of Leclerc, because they didn't tighten the wheel nut properly on his rear right, and that was interesting. Him coming around the corner, then all of a sudden his tire just going, thump, falling off, and him just going straight into the gravel. It did change strategies for people because of the safety car. People were switched out. They were on the super softs, switched onto the softs a lot earlier than they planned to, but the super softs were wearing very quickly. Very, like I said, normal race, and Vashur won the race this week. This week won the main race. I finished second, and Vesti finished third. Our favourite Australian, our only Australian, Dawn, actually finished fourth, which actually did pretty well. So, Drivers' Championship. Vesti is still leading on 125 points. Pocher is on 105. Iwasa 101. Berman is on 81. Vashur's on 5th on 75. Dawn's 9th on 54 points. And then the teams, Prema's leading on 206. RGP's second with 161. Third is Dams with 137. Rodin Carlin's 4th on 105. And then MP Motorsport's 5th on 101. I don't want to go anything worse than 5th because everybody else is less than triple digits, so I'm not going to count for that. Now, finally, my predictions for this week. You know what? Stuff it. The Aussie's going to win. Doing first. I'm putting Vesti finishing second, and I'm going Pocher third. And that is pretty much my review and preview of Austria and Silverstone. All right, Dave, you can bring everybody back in.
Welcome back, everyone.
Welcome back.
Who's the helmeted guy?
I don't know.
I think he's Rob's cooler cousin.
Yep.
The backseat drivers, we need helmets, don't we? We need safety gear.
OH&S.
I'm wearing a safety thing. I'm wearing a Don's Brakes hat.
I'm wearing my hat back sideways because.
Well, thankfully, because the industry I work in, I managed to get a whole bunch of motor related stuff. So Don's actually make brakes mainly for trucks and that.
Super trucks?
Never heard of them
race
before.
around Apple Park?
Nah, these are just the stock standard. You're basically what are the truck brands?
Isuzu,
Isuzu, Mercedes, Iveco, Scania,
Lamborghini,
Kenworth, Volvo, those ones.
I actually don't know if I'm going to be able to get this helmet off. I've still got my in-ear monitors on, and I'm pretty sure I'm going to rip my ears off as I take it off.
Wasn't the smart option then, was it?
Yeah. Let's watch this live on the internet.
Yes.
Are
you going to try it?
While Rob injures himself,
Yep.
I might have. I'm too distracted by this.
Oh. This is quality viewing.
Oh, yes.
We should have put a big screen.
Yeah, definitely. It should have been big screen.
Yeah.
I don't even know. I think I might have hurt them. My ears and your
brain.
And the brain.
And you cried?
Is the helmet a bit tight?
No, helmet's perfect. It's just
you're
tight within him. Having the in-ear monitors in.
Okay, fair enough.
Yeah, need that.
You need
that.
Okay. Rant 3 for the week.
Oh, more rants.
Didn't you have a thing for this? An intro? Put the intro for this major rant.
Those rants.
Yes.
Where did we go?
Dave's rant of the week.
I forgot all about that. Right. Carlos Sainz complaining about Sergio Perez being intimidating.
Oh, yeah, the worst comment of the week.
What the fuck was that?
I have
Dummy,
no
like,
idea. They're
Dummy, he's
becoming soft.
intimidating me.
Sergio Perez is trying to pass you, and then afterwards you're like, he was
Intimidating me. Jeez.
He's very
Bring
scary.
back the good old days where they used to almost punch the crap out of each other.
It's fucking Perez. It's not Max or
It's not Max,
Lewis
exactly. It's only Perez.
It's fucking Perez.
I'd be more worried about Danny Rick if it was doing that.
Yeah. If it's nearly anybody else.
Yeah, but
So-
Perez.
Yeah. He's not going to take you. Imagine if it was Pastor Maldonado.
Oh, shit.
Like, you'd be shitting bricks.
Or
He's
Grosjean.
fucking-
Dave,
Yeah.
is his name translated to just I crash a lot? Because every time I find him on the internet, it's like looking up Nicholas Latifi. You never in a sentence go, he was a good driver. It's always he was in F1. He was an F1 driver. End of sentence.
He won a race. He won a
He
race.
did.
At least he won. Yeah, he won a race.
I think Pastors probably looks a little bit worse because he had some high-profile incidents with another person who wouldn't give an inch in Hamilton.
Yep.
So both of them are like, well, I'm not going to fucking move for you. And then we have a crash. Surprise, surprise. And also, he could be blindingly fast at times, and then other times he kind of forgot how to drive. And when you try to mix the two together,
Crash.
calamity. Yeah.
Boom. Explosion.
Yeah. But yeah, what was he complaining about?
What the fact that Perez was just trying to do what a normal
Perez was trying to
driver would
pass
do?
him.
Was trying to pass him. That's a normal thing. He's intimidating me.
What? What's in? I tell you what, if I was in that, if I was a Formula One driver, I'd have Carlos in tears
Oh yeah, you would.
because I'd be going full Alonso, full Verstappen, just trolling the shit out of. If I was in that position, and if the smallest bit of weakness, I'd be getting, oh, fucking intimidating, am I? Let's go. I'll show you.
The problem, Dave. It's like when they both of them go for a corner,
Yeah,
and one of them chickens out. You've essentially won.
yeah.
For the rest of
And
the
I'd
season, you know that you can now intimidate.
Carlos is. Don't worry about him. I'll just, I'll pull out of the slipstream. Oh, I've intimidated him.
I'll just appear in his mirrors so he can be. Actually, just a
right.
question, Dave, about the mirrors. With the NASCAR car that old Shane Very Good drove,
Yeah.
he can't actually do head checks and anything, can he? He was
No.
buckled into the.
Yeah, well, the supercars are the same with you got the wings around the helmet and stuff.
So basically,
So-
how do they know if they're not taking someone out?
Well, that's why NASCARs crash into each other all the time.
Fair enough. All right, carry on.
So,
Sorry, continue
yeah.
with your.
I
rant of,
think
I didn't want to intimidate you with that question.
the Gen 3 cars, I'm sure it's a video, your central mirror in those is a video thing, and it's a screen. And
But the NASCARs had that as well.
yeah, I was going to say I'm pretty sure the NASCArs were the
No,
first
because
ones.
I remember
to do.
seeing the.
Yeah.
'cause I remember seeing the in-car of Van Gisbergen, of SVG's car, and it actually had a little camera there that was showing you basically the back of the car, so you could see exactly what was going on.
How do you say his name?
Shane
Shane
Van
very
Gisbergen.
good.
Shane very good.
And very good.
Shane Van
good.
Gisbergen. At least I can say it better than the Americans.
And Cheesebergen.
Man, a cheeseburger.
Gisbergen.
Well, basically, one of the commenters gave up. One of the commentators just gave up and said, "I'm just going to call him SVG from now on. It just makes it easier."
Yeah, because it's complicated.
It's
Did any of them
complicated.
confuse him from being from Australia? Because that would have been hilarious.
No, they kept saying no. They actually got that part right. They kept saying this Kiwi, this New Zealander. They kept actually saying that. They didn't say Australia.
They don't know. They don't know where New Zealand is, but
Yeah, exactly. But they kept saying three times. They kept. Oh, yeah, the amount of times they said 3-time Supercars champion. As well.
Oh,
during
he
the
is.
commentary. Yeah, I know he is. But come on, you don't need to hear it like every 10. You need to, like,
Well, I don't know if you've watched any other sports, but they need to just really.
They had that one fact.
They had that one fact about him, and that's it. They could have said maybe is he a 1-time or 2-time Bathurst winner?
2.
2-time. So they could have said 2-time Bathurst 1000 winner at the same
But Bobby,
time.
no one knows. They wouldn't know where Bathurst is. Bathurst could have been on Mars. It could have been a Mars rover exploration adventure thing to them.
That's true too. But we can say we know where Laguna Seca is.
In America.
Yeah, it's in the PlayStation. It's on Gran Turismo.
It's in California.
Everyone knows that.
But the funny thing is, though, even if you're racing at Laguna Seca, they have to be careful of noise limits now there.
How come?
Because there's houses around them. There's houses around this track now. I've got a feeling we're going
Aren't
to
there
lose
houses
the track.
around Bathurst?
That's a different story. We're Aussies. We don't give a shit.
Well,
it depends. If you get
Albert
carried.
Park or Newcastle.
There's houses around Sandown.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Everyone complains about the sound of the racetrack that just sprung up there overnight.
Which
Wait,
has
is
been
the racetrack at Sandown, Rob? What?
Sorry?
When did the racetrack get in Sandown? I've never seen a racetrack in Sandown.
Pretty sure it was only like a week or two ago.
I know, it just popped out of nowhere.
Overnight.
Yeah. Yeah,
After those dickheads bought their houses, obviously.
Yeah,
exactly,
they built all
of
these
course.
houses recently and now complaining about a new racetrack.
It's like the same
that's just
people are
arrived.
complaining about live music at pubs that were already at hotels that were already there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm going to have to check out this Sandown racecourse you speak of, Rob.
That's where I got my COVID vaccines.
Watch out, it's also a horse track.
What?
Yeah, it is a race. It is a horse racing track as well.
I'm pretty sure that's actually
And
what they were
greyhounds.
complaining about, the
horse racing.
The neighing. Nay.
No. Oh yeah, because they do train.
These horses are too loud.
Yeah. The whipping.
Hey, and also they race the greyhounds race there too.
Oh god.
The
They're
dogs.
even louder. With
The
the
dogs,
barking
yeah. The barking and stuff.
and screaming.
Yeah. Rob knows all about that.
Yeah.
Yep. We've seen the videos.
Dogs are loud.
Yeah.
We've seen the
Those are
videos.
fine.
Don't worry.
Yeah.
Especially when.
So who owns? Melbourne Racing owns it.
Yeah, Melbourne
Yeah.
Racing Club. They
Yeah.
own Caulfield as well.
That's why it's still going, because of horse racing.
Yes.
Or else it would have been bulldozed
Ages ago.
for housing development ages ago. But horse racing.
Do they still do the drag? Is it the one that has the drag track?
No, that's Calder.
Oh, Calder.
Yeah.
Calder's got the drag. Yeah, actually they're slowly going to bring that back in again as well. I think they're actually going to try and fix up the oval again from what I'm hearing.
Can one day we go down to the drag track to truly find out who has the faster car?
Rob.
What's this for?
Well, if we all bring down our cars, because obviously it's going to go me first. I just want to see which one of you guys is going to come second.
I
probably
can tell
end
you
up being
now,
last.
Rob
I'll be last.
will be first.
I'll be
I will
last.
be second.
Yeah.
Don't tell me I'm going to be last.
No, I'll be last, Matt.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
I don't have that car anymore.
A road train.
I drive a flying brick.
In fact, if I took off in second, I'd probably still beat Booby.
You probably would. Because my car weighs over 2 tons.
Booby, when I sit in my car, it weighs
And-
over 2 tons.
I think mine's got to be somewhere around that.
Yeah.
Let me fact check that.
So, coming up, we're going to have a drag race at
1,773 kilos.
Oh, lightweight, baby.
Yeah, it's a lightweight.
Yes, they just still do drive days there.
They still-
I haven't been, but mates went to. They
Heathcote?
did like a 6-hour race or something pretty recently
Sandown.
there.
Okay.
Yeah, like a kind of not like a lemons the actual one, but that kind of like
Okay, similar
budget car where
style. Okay.
they couldn't do under a 135, I think it was,
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
because I think there was like 4 drivers in the car, and one of the guys was actually a pretty good steerer, and got this shit at doing like 133s, and they got disqualified from the race because he was going too fast.
Oh,
That's
I
wow.
was disqualified for going too fast.
Yeah,
Obviously, it
because
must
to
be a
keep
safety
it
issue.
so people don't spend a heap of money. It's so that you kind of like they've got an old Civic, I think it is, that they're running around in, or an Accord, something like that. So the idea is that you buy a cheaper car, and it's more a fun thing rather than just
But it is still quite expensive because generally you've got to have roll cage, safety gear, proper fuel tank, extinguishers, race suit, all that type of stuff.
These guys have done it fairly budget wise. Like bought the car for a couple of grand, did the roll cage and that themselves. They work in automotive parts industry, so a lot of like the brake pad upgrades and stuff have through their works and things like that. But even then, and if you are racing, you want a proper helmet. So, there goes $500+.
If only someone could show us what a proper racing helmet looked like right now and how it would fit on one's head.
I don't have one.
I mean,
I got a motorbike helmet.
Yeah. I'm not sure. I don't think they have to wear hands devices.
Oh, yeah. So I'd want to. I would want to use hands.
You'd want to wear hands.
Yeah. So like you need the harness. And
Rob, you didn't update the standings for the
head and neck support, Matt.
So
it's the thing that they have around their shoulders, and that where the helmet's strapped onto the thing around their shoulders. So essentially, it stops your head going.
The Haas device.
Yeah.
I see them in F1. I just assume it's just I don't know something.
Hang on, I'll do the update now of the predictions.
And we're going
we've got to do predictions for this weekend, don't we?
All right. First, Brad Pitt. Second.
Hang on, I got to finish off last week's.
Let him update last week's one. We can fill in some other stuff.
I need to do some thinking here. It's not easy.
We can talk other things.
Got to allow for time penalties.
Can I do the joke again because we can go through the time penalties?
Yeah. Please do.
Yeah.
I need to waste some time for you.
Waste some time.
Here we go. All right. They've color coded them. So we've got yellow for Checo, pink for George, white for Max. The purple ones are for Lewis. You'll notice there are no purple because Lewis is a perfect driver and he gets no track limits at all.
Yep.
So none for him.
But he did.
Oh.
Did they have you seen all of them, Dave? Like has someone like gone through them? Are they roughly everyone getting
everybody would have got track limits.
Well, no, but the funny thing is Fernando never got pinged.
Okay.
For him.
Why
I don't think
he's brilliant.
Yeah, but I don't think Lance did either.
No, a few drivers didn't, but maybe they got
warning. Got done 3 times, wasn't it?
Didn't thing get Gasly? He copped it.
Oh, it was a Gasly.
Gasly was the one.
He got done.
He got the most number of
3
penalties.
separate times. Yeah.
All right. So, Dave got 0 points this week. Matt got 0 points this week. Booby got 1 point for having Leclerc in 4th place. And I got 2 points because I picked Norris and Perez. But Norris second and Perez 4th.
So how do you get a point for Norris?
Because he was 4th, and we picked the second, third, and 4th places.
And where did you put him?
Second.
So how do you get points for that?
Have you read the rules?
Haven't you read the rules?
No. I think it's obvious that I haven't.
You get 1 point for a correct guess.
I don't even know where the rules are.
On the
the
spreadsheet that you don't even look at.
I'm a Red Bull fan.
Yeah.
You don't get the rules.
Rules are just a guideline of what we can break. Yeah.
So you get 1 point for a correct guess in the top 3 or what we pick. You get 2 points if you get it in the correct position. and you get 5
okay.
points. You get 5 points, 5 bonus points if you get all 3 correct.
I didn't even
Sounds
know that.
complicated.
Yeah, it sounds very complicated.
So
Who
yes.
am I allowed to pick this weekend?
You're allowed to pick. You're allowed to pick second, third, and fourth. You're only allowed to pick one of Max Alonso or Checo.
Oh, that means I can choose all 3 this week if I wanted to.
You can't. You can only pick one
Why
of them
can't I?
next week.
Well, Max is going to win though.
Yeah, so
That's
that's
why
why
you
we don't
can't
pick
pick
first
That's
place.
why we're doing second. That's why we're tipping
Yeah.
second, third, and fourth.
So Perez will be second, Leclerc third, and
Brad Pitt.
yeah, who cares fourth?
Perez, Alonso, and just put a
who do you
name.
want- who do
I
you
will
want
put
for
Alonso.
Lewis, it'll crush him being fourth, and then he doesn't get
Okay.
to be on his home podium.
All right. So,
Whoa.
Matt, who do you want? Second, third, fourth.
Second and third. All right. You know what? I feel like second Perez.
Is it going to rain this weekend?
Possibly. But you know what's happened. It'll rain
Because
on
that
the
changes
Saturday.
everything.
Yeah. No, not really.
There's no sprint this weekend, is there?
Nah, it's a normal
No.
GP.
Oh, thank God for that.
Yes, I know. So, Matt, who do you reckon third and fourth?
Third, we'll go Russell. And
Okay.
fourth,
You've tipped Russell to finish third 3 times now.
he's bound to do it once or twice,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
Yeah,
And
they're
then who are
going
you
for
going
the-
for fourth?
4 will go random Ferrari. We'll go Mr. Intimidated.
Fines.
Yeah.
He'll be intimidated
Alright.
off the track.
He'll be intimidated to
Bobby.
go faster, so people
All
won't
right.
bother him.
I will go. I hate to say it. Yeah, I'll go Perez.
Yep.
Alonso. No, actually, no, I can't do Alonso, can I?
Yep.
All right. So let's go. Let's go Perez. Let's go. You know what? Lando. I want Norris. I want Norris
Whoa,
third. I
Bobby-
want him a
Bobby was on
podium.
the edge.
And then
Where
just
else
for
can
the
we go?
sake of it, let's put Ocon.
Come on. All right, I'm going to go. I'm going to go Sainz.
Sainz for
Sainz second.
Yep.
Norris third.
Wow.
Hamilton fourth.
Okay.
I didn't like their cars. Their cars were pretty shit last week.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go Oscar Pastry.
Oh, okay.
Is
You're gonna McLaren 3-4.
Is he getting the upgrades?
Yeah, you should get the upgrade.
Yeah, apparently he's allowed to get them this week.
Yeah, I'm
Allowed
gonna
to.
go
He saved up all his pocket money.
Pastry. I love the way you spelt that, Rob.
Pastry
Pas-
and
Piastri.
Nando's.
Nando's.
Nando's and pastry.
Yep.
Pastry.
Nando's.
We go.
Pastry. Yep.
Yep.
Cool.
Done.
We're
Sweet.
done.
We had
Yeah.
Can
that.
we have a ladder standing of where everyone is?
Yeah. Currently, Bobby is leading the field with 9 points. I'm
Yay.
second with 7, surprisingly.
It's
Dave
surprisingly
is
you haven't cheated your way to the front.
No,
can't
he
cheat.
hasn't.
Can't cheat.
I can take screenshots, Dave.
There is a. You can actually have a look at the history in there for any changes that come up. You can actually list every change. Dave's on 5 points. Matt
Hey.
is coming in at the rear on 4.
Goatee up the
still more points than Gotifi.
Yes. Definitely. They're called Parrot
Right.
and Bumblebee.
We'll see how bad that. We'll give him a
He'll
BOP.
have to, he'll have to lower his catering budget
Yes,
later on in the season.
most likely. Well, I'll have less.
You know what I'm
travel
going to do?
time.
I'm going to start complaining in about 2 or 3 races that it's not fair that Booby picks all the right ones. It's not in the spirit of the game to beat me.
Yeah.
I just think it's unfair.
Next
He
year,
hasn't broken any rules. but it's just making me look bad, and I don't
Yeah.
like it. So
Yeah,
if Whoopi could just stop that, I don't, you know.
we do a good enough job of it ourselves. We don't need to be making us look bad too.
I'm just getting lucky with my guesses.
Next year, we're going to do the last three places, last three finishing places.
We could do that this year, Sergeant.
See, yeah,
De Vries,
Sonoda.
and-
Hang on. Sargent did all right last race.
Yeah, he finished
Did
13th.
he, wait, let me just check.
He finished 13th.
Yeah. He was only one spot behind Albon.
Yeah.
Rob,
Yeah.
I am
Yes.
reminded of the great man, Lord Dominic Toretto. It
Yeah.
doesn't matter if you lose by an inch or a mile, you're still not getting any points for 13th.
No.
No.
That's-
Unless you're in NASCAR or Indy.
I like Yuki got, I can't even remember what happened to him. He got something happened to him on the first corner or some shit, went off the track. Lost the wing?
Yeah, lost the wing with Bottas.
Yeah. He went around, went into the pit, got his
Changed the wing.
changed the wing, came back out, and within because I think they had a yellow flag.
Yep.
So on the restart, within like a lap or two, he'd already passed De Vries, his teammate, before things just went downhill for him.
Yeah. The Freeze ain't gonna make the end of the season
I reckon he'll make the end of the season, but I don't think he'll be
next year.
That'll be the end of it.
Depends if Dan wants to drive the Alpha Tauri before he drives the Red Bull.
Dave, it's not called AlphaTauri. It's Racing Monster Point Energy Drink Supreme *1 team.
Don't say that. Don't say the M word. They will try and sue us.
Have they? That's all right. You can't demonetize us. Have they actually got a sponsor for next year, or is this just Marco's come out and he's like, "Oh, we're going to change the name of the team to whatever sponsor we find"?
No.
Yeah, possibly.
Can it be called? Fuck you,
Toro
Marco.
Rosso.
We don't have it ready.
Well, I am wondering whether they've done a deal with Alfa Romeo.
And
because
Alpha
that
Sauber's
deal's
taking over because Sauber's
over. Yeah, but so that deal ends at the end of this year.
Okay.
The Sauber Alfa Romeo deal.
Yep.
Which apparently Alpha want to hang around, which the logical would be going to Haas. But I'm wondering if Toro Rosso has come in and pinched that, essentially.
Gone. Let's take again. Yeah, you can be called Alfa Romeo again.
Yeah, which takes more of the reliance off Red Bull.
Red Bull. Yeah.
Because Red Bull spends more on Alpha Tauri than what they do on Red Bull.
Red Bull. Okay.
What if Mr. Andretti wants a team? Couldn't he just scooch in?
Possibly.
Well, that's the only thing. But whether he wants to spend, because remember they're all worth $1 billion now.
Exactly.
I don't think the engine supplier thing would go down well since Andretti's with Cadillac and Red Bull's with Ford.
Yeah, that wouldn't work either.
Yeah, but it's Alfa Tauri.
It's Alfa Tauri.
No, it doesn't make a difference.
Yeah, no, but they're still using a Ford badged engine in the future.
Yeah, but is there a contract?
Don't know.
We don't know. Maybe it was just in passing.
Yeah.
Who knows? It could be Andretti Ford. Who knows? They might just go ahead with it.
I imagine if Andretti came along with $1 billion and said, "We'd like to buy Alfa Tauri, please," they would be like, "Here you go.
Here you go. Off you go." Yeah.
Yeah. I suspect that, if you turned up with 100 million, they'd be like, "No, thank you very much."
Yep.
But if you came with the right amount of cash, I reckon that one's for sale.
Yeah.
Haven't you said that it's always for sale? Just you wait for the person to turn up with the American with the big Texas hat and say, "Here's $1 billion." Pew 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 pew.
Pretty much.
Yeah. And I think at the right price, probably every team is for sale.
It's for sale.
Except Ferrari.
Yeah.
And Mercedes, because Toto is obviously a man of principle.
At the end of the day, he is an investment banker.
Yeah.
So
he can still sell it. That's not a.
But see, the Daimler still owns controlling interest, I think.
Oh.
And then Ratcliffe owns a fair chunk too.
Yeah.
Toto's letting go like a really small share, doesn't he? Or is he still
I
at a
think
decent
it's
amount?
fairly decent now, but yeah.
What is it, about a third or something? From what I last read.
I think it might be 25.
Here we go, Dave. Toto earns 33, Daimler
There you go.
33, and then chemical company INEOS owns 33%.
Ineos.
Yeah, which is
Is that like Petronas?
Daniel Ratcliffe or something.
Yeah, he's bringing out the Ineos Grandia four-wheel drive, the Discovery. No, not Discovery. Defender clone.
Defender. Oh, okay.
Yeah, but he's doing a petrol and an electric version.
An electric one. Booby can't wait for that.
I know.
In fact, Booby's leaving right now to run down to his local dealership to put down whatever needs to be to get his first name.
How much are they? Are they gonna have pricing or not yet?
Booby, for you, priceless.
I don't know if
they haven't got pricing up. They won't even come. They probably won't be out in Australia anyway.
Base $98, 98,000. This is for
$98.
petrol.
It's a real thing.
Okay.
You thought it was, what do you think Rob was making it up?
Well, sometimes I do wonder when he comes out with stuff like this.
Yeah, he bought the design or something from Land Rover.
Also, it's legit.
Yeah.
Is that because they made the Defender look real gay now?
Yeah. Yes. I actually really like it.
The new one?
Yeah. In person, it actually looks real nice.
Nah. I prefer the older. I prefer
the older one.
I thought this was like a complete copy kind of thing, but he's like licensed it.
Yeah. He licensed the body style and yeah.
Has he made a
so
little
this
bit
is the
bigger or
one
something?
like you find in China, which is called like the super mega fast car, which is just a Ferrari F50, and they've gone. I don't know what copyright infringement is.
They definitely do not know that in China. That's for sure.
I don't know if the battery one's out yet or when that's actually coming, but
Booby's going to set an alert when that turns up in Australia.
Yeah.
Yep.
He'll be the first one to test
one at
drive
the dealership. I'll test drive it. That's about it.
Man, 98 grand is a lot of money.
Yeah.
It better have a bit of go about it.
Is it did I say what sort of engine they're putting in for the petrol?
3-litre 6-cylinder or a 3-litre 6-cylinder diesel by the looks.
Oh, BMW's 3-litre straight
BMWs.
six.
Oh my god.
Hello.
for $98,000.
Yeah. I would
I'd
have
expect
one.
a bit more.
What? That 3-litre
Just do
turbo
it.
straight six is a weapon of an engine. That's what's in the Supra.
M3.
Yeah,
it
but
is.
you're putting it in a giant.
Well, same,
Yeah.
but different. Yeah. Well, it's
Jeez.
not going to go anywhere.
Why couldn't he just do what everybody else does? If you need power in a car, just LS swap it.
I thought you were going to say put a CX-3 Mazda engine in it because
I did
we all know
actually.
that's where power comes from.
I did see a news report or a website saying the other week, forget the LS swaps. The new one is the VR6 motor from the Volkswagen Golf and stuff.
The VR6 engine, the
Yeah.
R32
Is that the
engine.
old
Yeah,
one
the
or
R32.
whatever?
R30. Yeah. There's a company in Canada who's doing crate engines of them, 500 horsepower, bolt straight in and fits in tiny little areas. Like a
Have
gold.
they added turbos to it, or is that an NA 500
Turbo.
horsepower?
Turbo.
It'd have to be turboed. Yeah, it'd have to be turboed.
Yeah.
Well, it's a tiny little engine anyway. It's a 15-degree V6.
Yeah.
That with 500 horsepower in a. Imagine putting that into a Golf R.
Something like an old Escort or something.
Yeah. Are they just doing it for a front-wheel drive model, or are they?
Either, I think.
So they're doing it as a longitude and latitude.
Oh,
and a
actually, probably be
longitudinal
longitude.
engine.
Yeah, I don't know. I didn't read that far into it.
So it's not a north-south engine; it's more of an east-west.
What are you?
engine.
Yeah. Hey, Matt.
Matt, we've just lost. Matt's just all of a sudden his eyes have glazed over.
Matt was actually looking them up on the internet to see if you can buy them.
Yeah.
What,
yes.
a Golf?
No, the actual VR6 engine, but a lot of them are Gum. I mean, my first mistake was looking on Gumtree because
Yeah.
You know that's where you get your good engines from.
No, that's where you get your $200 Barra engines.
VR6,
800 horsepower crate engine.
Jeez.
Jesus, it's 10, nearly 10 grand US
for the engine.
9 grand.
That's not bad. That's not bad for a 800 horsepower engine.
Yeah.
But has it got everything else? Like, has it got the computer, that sort of stuff, everything, or is it just a short block?
No oil pan, no valve cover, no engine sensors, no oil filter housing, no intake manifold, exhaust manifold.
So it's just a short block.
Yeah, pretty much.
All right. Yeah, it's still.
But I guess
no, the LS is still cheaper. The LS is still worth it because they give you all of that and the computer.
Yeah, but you can't put an LS in a Golf.
Says who?
Not easy anyway.
What are you talking about? An LS fits into anything. Haven't you seen the RX-8s now with the LS engines in them?
I do know someone who's been trying to put an LS motor into a 86 for about 5-6 years now.
Really?
Yeah, maybe even longer.
So
I think there's lots of issues.
What?
I contemplated doing it to my BRZ because it wasn't too expensive. Like you can pretty much buy a kit to do it all, which was reasonably priced. But yeah, a fair bit of work needed to go into it, and
was there a lot of panel bashing?
Not too bad. The engine bay was pretty roomy in it, but it also changed the whole balance of the car.
Yeah, it'll be a lot more front heavier.
Yeah.
Good for drifting.
Yeah, pretty much.
It'd be a good drift car.
Yeah, and I reckon it would suck having, because the tires I had on it were pretty much the widest I could get without going wide body.
Okay.
And I could get them spinning pretty easy with the engine I had. They were Michelin Pilot Sport 4s, 3s.
Okay, so you had some decent tires on there.
Yeah.
All right.
Anyway, is that it? We're done. It's been like
I think so. We've
an hour
done
and a
our
half.
predictions.
I think we might be. Yeah, we've done.
I think
We're good. We've done our predictions. I've given my F2. I've given my F2 predictions.
Need to
talked about cars.
Need to go play a bit of Diablo for a while.
Yeah.
Before I go to bed.
Which I was nice.
Guys, you're never going to guess what I'm going to do after this.
Take the bins out.
Bins out.
Bin night.
Matt Van Bin Night.
Matt Van Bin night.
That Van Bin night.
I will see you all then.
Yeah. All right.
No
All right.
worries.
Thanks everyone. Thanks for coming.
Good
Thanks,
night,
everybody.
everyone. Thanks for watching.
Thanks.
We'll
We had a few rants today, so it was all good.
Yeah.
see you next
They've
week.
got a lot of
Yeah,
time off his chest.
hopefully, we'll have a few more rants next week.
Yeah. We'll have
And
some,
then we got a week off from.
we'll have some results of the race, the big race on next week.
Oh yes, we
Brad
will.
Pitt, number one.
Yeah.
Until next time, we'll see you later.
See
See
ya.
you all.